Jennifer Knapp was the reason that I started playing guitar. So that was her music was a huge part of that. And since then, this singer-songwriter, Sarah Groves, she's just completely messed me up. I just listen to her songs and think, gosh, I'm gonna quit. This is so good, you know? But she is, and her life too, she just is, when you meet her, it matches up with her music, which I love. That's been such a huge example for me. I grew up listening to Rich Mullins and Keith Green and Merle Haggard. And so, just my parents just listened to a ton of really great songwriters, you know, and so I think I still am listening. I listen to the same things all the time. So, Let Your Light Shine was the last song to be written. We finished the record and got a phone call from somebody at the label, from my guy at the label. He just was like, hey, we feel like there's one more song left, which was just so, I wanted to just punch him, you know, quite honestly. And then I got deep and I was like, okay, I trust the Lord. But so I went to the studio and we had like a day to write it and turn it in. And I just felt like the Lord was just saying, just write a song about Jesus. Just write a song about the blood of Jesus being over your life. Yeah. You know, you don't have to be deep and complicated. And so that song kind of came out of that. The Kingdom is kind of a longer story, but it's about my cousin and his wife who they've had trouble with pregnancies and have been led through a really broken season. You know, really just a lot of disappointment and a lot of hurt, and just seeing Jesus really teach them what it is to hope and what is unseen. You know, has just been powerful. And so the song "The Kingdom" came out of that. This last record that came out was actually the third to come out, and so it's been a long process of learning how to write songs that hopefully stir people's hearts to Jesus more than, you know, putting their iPod in. And so a lot of this past year and a half has been so radical, and a lot of it has radical for a church kid, you know. Just to be led to a place of like lowliness with the Lord and brokenness. And so I got to go to India a year ago last summer, and that just messed me up. Came home and rewrote a lot of songs, and a lot of things on the new record are because of that trip. I support this organization called Gospel for Asia, and they are amazing. They work in the 1040 window, which is the most unreached area of the world, which India is a lot of that. And so I went with them, and we just were in a van a lot. We just drove from village to village to see churches they've planted and wells that they've dug, and amazing stories. I just felt like a spiritual aunt the whole time, you know, but really healthy, really good for me. So I loved it. The first day we were there, we went to church with some girls that were going to Bible college there in this little village called Ambala, and they basically, they just their families forsake them, and they're risking their lives, and they're my age, you know, and there were also people who, you know, lived in the slums that walked 5 miles to come to church. And I just remember sitting in this like small, stuffy room, flies buzzing all over, and I didn't understand much because I don't know Hindi, but the church went on for about 5 hours and nobody flinched. It was just like, it was the most precious thing to be in a room with other believers to them, and it just convicted my heart. I just thought, gosh, I'm always looking at the time when I'm in church. You know, I'm hungry, and I've heard this stuff before, and so it made me see that differently. You know, made me treasure it more.